Holy moly, if the glove fit, wear it, just don't leave it on the scene. Jack just jacked the fucking giant for a bag of magic beans. Police racial profiling, what the fuck does that shit mean? When your skin look like my brother, they slide salt packs in your jeans. Watch your friends, let them see and hear what you want them to witness. They get drunk and go back and tell all your fucking business. People be like, hippie chill, why you always somewhere tripping? Cause this liquor got me looking at my niggas with suspicion. And the bitches ain't no different. When you pay, they pay attention. When you broke that Alakazam, it poof, where's David blames assistant. My soul tried to
I just don't understand why we put so much emphasis on labels on certain people, but we won't put the same emphasis of labels on relationships.
Elaborate.
Okay, say a person used to drink, and they drink so much that they were considered an alcoholic. We've had this conversation before. That person is always going to be an alcoholic for the rest of their life. Whether they drink now or they don't drink anymore, they've always been an alcoholic or a recovering alcoholic. That's just how they're classified as. But when we want to talk about labels of relationship, oh, I don't want this defined. Or it can be the exact opposite. Oh, I need to define this. Because I don't know what we are. Do we have to be something? Does society dictate that we define what we are when we go together, when we date, or when we're exclusive, or when we're just compatible, or whatever it is? Why is it that there has to be so much emphasis on what we are or what we are not? Because some people will go out of their way to say, hey, we aren't anything. We're just having fun. They won't even use the term dating, or we're just kicking it,
Right.
or we're chilling. It's gotten to the point now, it's like a misnomer. Netflix and chill, what does that mean?
Sneaky links.
It means sneaky links, or it means whatever it is. It means friends with benefits, or but we don't want to say, this is my boyfriend, this is my betrothed, this is my fiance, this is my this.
Fiance, that's different.
Is it?
I think so. Because if
Fiance ain't nothing but a girlfriend to me.
yeah, but your intentions are to eventually marry said girlfriend.
Even when I was her boyfriend, that was the intention. I knew.
But once you put a ring on it,
Don't mean shit to
it
us.
absolutely does to them.
Okay.
It does to them.
I gotta
Now, if you
consider
have
your
a
feelings.
fiance,
I have
you
to consider your
you done
feelings. You're
paid
right.
$10,000 for this ring.
Jermaine didn't.
Well, whoever did, you could have got it from Wish. I don't know.
I'm
You
just
got
playing-
this
I'm just
ring
playing
on this
with
baby finger,
Yeah.
right? All right, but in your mind, that's just your girlfriend. Y'all still dating, so she go with a Jermaine mind frame. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, yeah. He asked me to marry him, but I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway. That doesn't make sense to me.
Wouldn't a woman do what she want to do anyway?
No,
matter-
not if she's engaged to someone.
You are. That is to imply that married women don't cheat.
I didn't say that.
She can do whatever she want at any level of the relationship. Is my point. It doesn't take for me to give a ring or not give a ring for
Once
a
you
woman
put a ring on a woman's finger, I'm a woman. Something clicks in our head. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is where my loyalty lies. This man really loves me. He done put a ring on my finger. That's me. I can't speak for everybody. Me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, this dude really want me. He really wants to be. He wants a relationship.
So you say you out the game once they ring.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
That's just me.
then I think about times where
But isn't that a label?
Well, yeah, you're a fiance now.
I don't give a fuck about labels. People gotta show me what time it is. I ain't gonna lie.
Actions.
They gotta show me what time it is,
You're absolutely right.
I could do all I can. I know you've met that one partner where you gave your entire all and they still didn't meet your small demands of.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I can do everything in my power to show you how much I love you. That don't mean you have to reciprocate.
And who's obligated to reciprocate? Nobody's obligated
but I'm
to
saying,
reciprocate.
Labels don't mean shit to me because of that. Because I always know that you can do whatever you want to do.
So fast forward past fiance, wife doesn't mean anything. Those labels don't mean anything.
You know what wife mean to me?
What?
We made it, baby. We made it. I got to a stage in my life with you. It doesn't mean what society wants it to mean. To me, it means we still kicking. We still going. We still learning each other. We have absolutely decided to tie a few things more of our life together.
So does that label matter to you?
Because I ain't moving your ass in.
Does that marriage label matter to you? Fiance doesn't matter. Wife matters to you is my question.
Wife has to matter to me.
¿Por qué?
Yeah.
¿Por qué? Why?
Because now you done moved in and I'm sharing my space. Because no time before that are you moving in with me. You see how much shit changes? Now we have a contract.
You're super old school because you're not going to live with a female unless you're married to them.
Hell no, I tried
All
it.
right.
I tried it.
That's
I tried it. It doesn't work.
at all.
Shacked up don't work.
I mean, it worked for me for a little bit.
Shacked up don't work. I think it works for women more because they like to cuddle. I don't like to go. I'm hot. I'm out of here. Move. Get your feet out my face. I need my space. I'm trying to create right now. I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to hear you out for 15 hours right after I write this show. Right after I get off this phone trying to network. You can talk to me till tomorrow. But see, women don't want to hear it after I. Your demand is my emergency, is what it starts to feel like.
Or how we used to say it, your urgency is not my emergency.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, of course, the only reason the title wife matters to me is because my situation has absolutely changed now. Because we have invested in a home and land together. We are now doing things bigger on a larger scale together.
It sounds like a business to me. What you think?
It is. That's what society made it. I talked about that before. The government hustled us into charging us to be in love. I can't leave you alone unless I pay for it.
Right.
And then I'm going to double pay for it because you're going to take all of the shit I earned. Whether I like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether I feel like I owe you that, you helped me build this empire, hell yeah. Give her whatever she asked for. Either way, it wasn't on our terms. It was the judge saying, oh, you gonna get this? I don't give a fuck what smiles say on your face. You gonna give her this. She used to this lifestyle. You gonna maintain it when she leave. You see what I'm saying? So, if you are married to me, absolutely, I have to acknowledge it now. But from girlfriend to fiance, baby, you can leave for free. It don't cost you a dime to walk out my life.
So the only labels that really matter, or the only labels that should matter, are legal labels.
Nah, it shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be, but I mean, are we talking brass tacks?
We're talking society, so yeah.
So you shouldn't even
single and married.
You should just go get married and not even be engaged.
Actually, what it should be is you.
Do you not think the engagement part of the relationship is to see, are we going to be able to get along married? Do you not think that?
I think that's important. Yeah. You know what? I can get with that. I can get with that. Because if I was to reflect back on my first marriage, if I had stayed engaged for a year, I never would have got married.
Exactly.
See, but I mean, you have to look at other relationships too. Some relationships don't have that period. They don't have
what period? Period?
An engaged period, a fiance period, something.
I still want to meet these other girls though. I ain't seen nothing. I'm finna go to a whole nother country. I'm finna go to a whole nother. Let me go see.
Buffet.
Let me go see what I like. I fell in love 3 years into the military and couldn't marry that girl because I was married. And I'm talking about real love. That girl knew me better than I knew me. You see what I'm saying?
So what we're saying is you fell in love with somebody
Something
else.
my ex-wife never knew, and knew me most of my life.
But you couldn't be with this other girl not because you were married, because you had a label, and your label was married. Because society.
No, we was together for 3 years. I just couldn't go no further, so I stopped. I hated doing it, but I had to absolutely cheat on her for her to leave me, even though we had the conversation of me telling her, listen, man, you need to move on. This girl is not signing this divorce.
At that point, do the labels even make sense?
Not at all.
Labels did make sense, but you know what did make sense? The government put something in place for us to abide by. They gave us a structure that said if you get outside these lines, there's consequences. And I paid all of them, even still today. Even still today, 10 years later, I am paying the price of leaving that relationship. And I hate it, but I love it. I learned so much. So many people take the dark times for granted, but I learned so much that I would, where meeting a new girl, she'll say, oh my God, you so shielded. You got so many walls up. I don't even want to climb. Baby, you ain't picking up no broken pieces. I'm showing you a stable foundation. You don't want to get with that.
See, I'm at an age now.
Just because I don't want to share bank accounts, we can open one. We can open one and put something in there. But you're not finna have access to everything I got, because I know what it feels to lose. I know what it feels like for the system to take everything I got.
I'm at a stage now where the whole defining of things just, I'm so far from it. It just doesn't make sense. I don't have a girlfriend anymore. If I start talking to somebody, she's not going to be considered my girlfriend. For me, it's just, that's her, I'm me. You know,
yeah.
We can even go so far as to say we are us, but
so if
even
you were
more
to
than
meet someone, like, okay, you got your girl, whoever, you're us, y'all are together. I come in, hey, Kudo, this is my what? What do you say?
This is my friend, my dear friend. This is the queen, such
my
and
friend,
such.
my dear friend, my
That's what
good
you said?
friend, my.
You know what I've done? I've also
this is her name.
You know what I haven't
That's
done?
it.
Because of how sensitive some of the females, I knew they were very sensitive. I was like, I want you to meet my queen, man. And I say my queen. And I let her say her name. To take the title out of it. I give her control.
Queen on the owner.
I give her control of the room to not disrespect her for one, and to not put her in her feelings for the rest of the night. If she says her own name, they can't fuck it up, for one. And two, I haven't done anything wrong. I've still treated her with respect by leading with, this is my queen, this is who I'm here with.
I'm just not going to address it as labels. It's just, you know, hey, this
I just use queen because I always use queen for people I respect.
Hey, Angela, this is Vanessa. Vanessa, this is Angela. Hey, Anita, this is Whitney. And Whitney, this is Anita. Hey.
And that's dope. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Why do you feel like something wrong with just introducing you by your name?
I didn't say anything was
But
wrong
your
with
face
it. I wanted to know.
Your face say it.
Well, you threw out queen like.
I say queen for the ones I'm with. But how many girls you seen me with?
None.
Why is that? Because I'm choosy.
See, but
I don't just be nowhere with people for real. So, if you not my people, I'm not out there with you.
This is a question. Is it more needful for a woman to have a relationship defined in parameters than it is for a man to have a relationship defined with parameters?
You know they gotta be an easy question.
It's a leading question. It's a leading question.
Do men desire labels more than women? Or do women desire labels?
Me being a girl, I think women do.
Okay.
However, I've dealt with a guy that wanted a label.
And
I'm like,
my brother like that. My brother was always a one-woman man. Me and my youngest brother don't understand my middle brother. We don't move like him. He was the child, I'm talking 15, 16, talking about having a wife and 16 kids. Me and my youngest brother was talking about having 16 hoes. You see what I'm saying? And no kids. And traveling the world and balling. He is the same way today. I just want my wife, my family life, my kids. I don't give a damn about nothing else. Me and my youngest brother, I just want to meet a beautiful woman everywhere I go. And that's not necessarily to say I want to be with him or be physical with him. We just wasn't tied to the let's get married. You know what I'm saying? Is that bad? Does that sound horrible for a man to say, I'm cool with being single forever? It sounds funny though, don't it?
Not necessarily, because I know women who are cool.
Just met one yesterday.
I know plenty of women.
Shocked the hell out of me though. Because a lot of women I've met over my lifespan, they are groomed for the wedding day.
Well, I've already been there, done that. I'm definitely cool with being single.
That's why, because you've been there.
Definitely cool.
But prior to the first marriage, were you interested in
prior
the wedding?
to the first marriage, I was a teenager. I got married at 19.
Got it, but the wedding, was that attractive to you?
Yes, very much so.
That's what I'm
That's
talking
all
about.
I wanted was like a big wedding.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I got.
That's what me, David. Name a point in life from 8 years old. No, fuck that. 15 years old to 25 where the wedding, to 19. 15 to 19.
Okay.
Where the wedding day
Play
was all you could think about.
15 to 19.
15 to 19. I can't wait to get married, bro.
You was thinking about marriage at 15?
No. Let him answer.
There-
There's a reason I asked that question.
There was this one time that I could never think of because that never happened at all.
That's
Why
my
we say
point.
that while we trying to...
But that was my point. We are not groomed for the wedding day. Women are. So it's an unbalanced scale and an unrealistic expectation for a man to wake up in the morning and say, I'm finna go find me a wife today.
Well, however...
You know what we are groomed for though? Get up off your ass. Go get a job. Earn. You find a female, you provide. They don't even talk you through the process of marry that woman and this is what comes with marriage. No, they talk to you about don't be lazy. You better not be weak. You better be strong on these occasions. You better protect. You better provide. Nobody grooms us for the mushy stuff that you're groomed for. So the unrealistic expectations, the balance is out of order. Though other men are exposed to, I had a dad and a mom that was just in love and I ain't never seen them argue and I had everything I wanted growing up. I want to be like that. We got those cases. But you know what they never say? My dad taught me how to get married. Name a little boy or a grown man that ever told you, I already knew how to do it. I already knew how to propose and how to... We're never groomed for that. We groomed how to court you. We groomed how to date you, how to get you. But how to maintain you, keep you in this relationship, don't tell us that shit.
On that aspect, women are taught what to expect. Men are not taught the expectations.
No, we're not doing this.
Go, we doing this. Go. I brought you here to speak from a woman's
I'll say
perspective.
this: we can
Give
just
me
expand
what
on
I'm
that
missing.
topic a little bit. You know,
Give me what I'm missing.
This is my dream. This is my dream proposal. This is, I would love for my future husband to be to do this. He's he's gonna take me out and we're gonna celebrate. He's gonna propose to me like this and that. And I've had it. I wrote in my little diary, and this is my wedding day, and this is the dress.
This is a female doing this.
Generally, yes.
All right.
Because generally, I have never heard the story of, man, this is how I'm going to propose to my wife.
I have.
This is generally speaking.
From a guy.
Generally
recently.
speaking.
And I'm quiet because I don't want to put too much out, so I just, but there's a guy that
I know who it is.
Who's told me, well, now you just.
We don't say names on my show.
Okay.
So keep going.
This is what he wants to do. This is how he's going to plan this, and this is how his wife's going to be, and the wedding, blah, blah. Like he has it.
But
shocked me. I was like, what?
But would you say that is more of the exception than it is the rule?
What's the rule? There's no rules.
My point exactly.
No rules.
There's no rule, but the thing is that more of the exception? Do you see, if you took a survey out of maybe 100 men, would you say a majority of those men have no idea what their wedding is going to be like?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm talking about down to, women have had their dress in their mind, the shoes they're going to wear, the venue that they're going to have, the time of year it's going to be, where it's going to be. I can't tell you that many men that have said,
I do know a couple of my gay male friends that think that way, that have said.
See, but now we're looking at gender roles, and we're talking about women and men, not necessarily male or female or how they identify. We're talking about, hey man, what shoes are you going to wear at your wedding, man? What is the color of the tuxedo that you're going to be wearing at the wedding, man? Because even then, I think about it back then because I didn't discuss that until I got ready to get married to my wife. I didn't think about, okay, now let's discuss colors that we're going to have at the wedding. That was never in my mind. Because why? Because men, we know that we're going to have to go along with what the woman wants for her wedding. So regardless of what I have is a predisposed notion of what I'm going to have in my wedding, the bridezilla or the bride to be has a certain has her game plan laid out already. If you deviate from that game plan, what do they say? Happy wife, happy life.
Man, they say that, but that's a fucking lie. Why is it one-sided?
Because that's the way it's supposed to be.
Is it?
Is it? Like I said, is it?
Absolutely not.
This is a two-way relationship.
My best friend was just in
happy
a wedding.
Wife, happy life always pissed me off.
He was a groomsman, but the groom had so much say in this wedding. He picked out the colors. He did this.
Did he do that beforehand? Did he do that before he knew he was getting married?
Oh, I don't know.
See, that's the question.
That's important.
See, there's not a man who hasn't met his wife
so y'all
to
are
be
telling
yet.
me, I'm not a man, so I don't know. Y'all are telling me as little boys, y'all don't sit in y'all's room and say, well, I'm going to get married one day and my tuxedo will be blue and I'm going to have a dog.
No!
His name's going to be Blue.
Not a chance.
Oh, well.
A dog? I don't want a dog at this age.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying, painting the picture. No, never thought about marriage. Don't
you
even. No, not a chance.
Never ever.
My mind never matured. We weren't groomed for the wedding.
I wasn't groomed for a wedding. I just
hold on. I see. This is where I wanted you to go. And
most guys say
this is where I wanted you to go.
The wedding is for the woman for a reason.
We are preconditioned to think of certain things from infancy all the way up to the point where we put that ring on the other finger. Why do you say that? Glad you asked. When you have a male child versus a female child, if you look at any woman or man who's around the male child, they address the male child as what?
You tell me. This is you.
I'm asking. How do they address?
How does who?
How do we address male children or young man?
Little pistol starter?
Little pistol. We ain't talking about little pistol starter. We ain't talking about him today. We're not talking about little pistol starter today.
Respectable children.
But we tend to address them in a way that is different from the way that we address little girls. We speak more sternly to little boys than we do to little girls.
Who is we?
Adults, period. Men and females.
Male
Male and
want them
female.
to be strong.
And you know when we have the little girl, the voice goes up. But when you got the little boy, like, hey, you know, you wrestle with them from a certain age. You manhandle them a little bit more, or you horseplay with them more than you would a little girl. You don't just go find little 2-year-olds and start wrestling with them, little girl. She's a little girl. Come on, let's go. You know, you little boy, you mess around. You know, when I used to have
Well, who conditioned you to do that? No, absolutely not. But I'm gonna let them
you didn't have to be conditioned, because that's just the way it was. Now, little girls are more disposed to play with dolls with faces. Little boys are taught generally, now I'm speaking in generalities, little boys are generally taught to play more with spatial objects. It's the Transformers versus Barbie doll theory. Do males address Transformers as family units? This is the father Transformer. This is the mother Transformer. And no, they don't. They address it as this is the good guys and these are the bad guys.
Totally understand your logic. My leg is shaking. I'm so ready.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Right. 'Cause, ooh.
You ready to say? You ready to come back? No. Okay, but this is what I'm saying.
So boys don't fantasize like little girls. Totally understand.
It's not that they don't. It's that they're not taught to. There are certain things that we do.
Who taught me to fantasize and play house with these two Barbies? Nobody said. My mom did say, Christy, you take this Barbie and you take this Barbie and you play house. My mom didn't teach me that. My grandma didn't teach me that. My auntie didn't teach me that. Who taught me that?
They did.
How?
Because
By
they bought
watching
you the
them?
Barbies.
By watching them?
Because
Okay.
they bought you the Barbies.
So if they bought me Transformers, I can't do the same thing with Transformers.
Did they buy you Transformers?
Yeah, they bought me Transformers.
How did you play with them?
Like you play with Transformers, you transform them. However,
See, but that's the thing. I didn't say, and see, I love when you. I see. A lot of people don't really understand how my mind thinks. The way you played with the Transformers, nobody taught you how to play with Transformers. Nobody taught you how to play with boys' toys, but they were boys' toys, and that's how you played with them.
What's a boy toy? What's a girl toy? A doll is a girl toy. A Transformer is a boy toy.
That's how society. Think about the commercials that you see. How many
don't
boys
watch
do you see in
television.
Barbie? But we're speaking in general. How many boys do you see in Barbie commercials? How many girls do you see in Transformer commercials?
2021, it's different
No.
now. But I understand your logic. We're the same age. I totally understand what you're saying. I totally get it. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. But I do understand it. I do understand it.
You know,
Because I was a tomboy growing up. I didn't play with dolls. I'm outside fighting. I'm outside with my cousins.
The fact that you didn't play with dolls gave you that label of tomboy. See, society, even when we're discussing what society hasn't done, even by absence, that is presence. The presence of Transformers means the absence of dolls. So now you are learning how to be masculine in your portrayal of playing with your toys, even though nobody has taught you that you should be doing this. Nobody has taught you that you shouldn't be doing this either. So, like I said, by virtue of absence, you're still learning certain things. So when we grow up now, you may grow up to be the biggest tomboy, or you may have masculine tendencies. Mm-hmm. But in those masculine tendencies, now we're saying, hey, my masculine tendencies, even though I'm a girl, they didn't teach me to grow up thinking about a wedding.
Okay. What's the definition of a hoe? I know.
If you say hoe, the first thing I'm gonna think of is a woman.
Why?
I like to shift gears like this.
Why would you think of a woman? The first thing you think of when you say, all right, well, when I hear the word hoe, the first thing I think of is a man.
Cool.
How about
now,
that?
give me y'all definitions. What is the hoish definition of a woman?
Are we speaking of a hoe
A hoe.
or a whore?
What's the difference? Because we call it the slang.
A whore.
Because we know in the hood, hoe and whore is the same thing.
No, hold
in
on.
the hood it is because
Okay,
it's
in the hood
Ebonics.
it is. We're gonna step out of the hood right
we ain't
now.
gonna. Well, you step us out
Because
the
I'm
hood,
not in the hood no more.
but bring us back.
All right, here
But
we
also
go.
bring us back.
A whore gets paid for her services.
Absolutely.
To me, this is just me.
$40.
Whatever, 40, whatever. I don't know. A
Come on.
hoe is just out there wilding, man or woman.
And I ain't even getting paid.
Don't care.
Hello.
Can I
It's an
stop you? Can I
occupation.
stop you right there?
It's an occupation.
Can I stop you right there? And I'm going to
The
point out.
oldest
I'm going to
occupation.
point out something that you did that you didn't even realize that you just did.
Painted. Such a beautiful picture. I love these questions.
You gave a gender assignment
How?
to the word hoe in your first definition because you used the word her right after you said hoe.
And said, why do you think when we hear hoe, we think of females? But you said, because when she, you said,
I said what?
you said, when she gotta get paid, you use gender specific terms.
So I was supposed to say they?
First
Or
of
he?
all, we were saying you disputed the fact that he said, when I think of the word hoe, I think of a woman. You said why? But when you gave your description of hoe,
I use the pronoun she. It don't matter. Her, whoever. It doesn't matter.
my point is, you also think of.
No, I don't. But I don't though.
Okay, here's a
But
here's
you
a-
got you did.
So
get
you
me.
apologize to the public, is what you're saying.
For what?
Here's a gender
I
specific.
wouldn't
This was
apologize
a gender specific conundrum that I used to pose to my students.
You know, I know we got off on some other things.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about home, you said that you think about men first.
No, I said that. Just
You
because
said
what
that
he
you
said.
think about women. No, he said he think about women first. You said you think about men first, correct?
Yeah, because I'm a woman. I wouldn't label myself a hoe.
So it's just that simple? Like, just because it ain't you?
If I'm in a room, if I'm in a setting with a bunch of my friends, female friends, and we're talking about hoes, we're talking about niggas. Period. We're not talking about girls. We're
Yeah.
girls.
Okay. That's simple for me. David, what you got?
I mean, it's just a matter of how we're introduced to things early on. These images that we've seen of hoes and prostitutes and hookers are always women with little short mini skirts and things like. These are things that we've just known. Now, whether or not there are exceptions to that rule, I don't doubt. But when I think of a hoe, I think of a woman. And that's not because of, oh my God, he's just the worst person. Like, all women are hoes. That's not what I'm saying. You know,
I hope, being who you are,
just like it's.
we're going to leave out of here today and you're going to have a totally different perception of what a hoe is.
Oh, I had a totally different
I know
perception
a hoe
from what I
is.
see.
She's a loose
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Why can't be a loose man?
Because
I call myself a hoe. I used to call
and I
myself
think
a hoe all
about
the time. Especially when I lost all my weight.
It
I
is
used to be
definitely-
Big Dave. I used to be this big fat motherfucker. Like, and
It's
then
not gender
I lost
specific.
all my
You're
weight.
right.
I lost all my
It's
weight,
not
and then
gender
I looked in the mirror that one day. I was like, man, I look good, man. I'm about hoeing today. Like, I was a hoe.
It's kind of like the N-word, like, I'm on my bald head hoe shit this summer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And y'all heard,
So
they've heard me
we-
say that plenty of times.
Yeah, and we've accepted that word hoe, females. We've accepted that word hoe to where it's okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's take the word hoe out and just use the term bitch.
Man.
Let's go.
How many dudes are going to refer to themselves as a bitch?
And
All right.
I'm so sick of women being able to be called a bitch by their friends, and we can't say it back.
Are y'all talking at me?
No, to
Okay.
you.
We're looking at the labels, not so much as the words. What do these words? How are the labels carried from, and how are they carried from childhood into adulthood, and how do we use them now versus what they're actually
Conditioning.
From childhood to adulthood, I'm not that same kid. Man, if
You're telling me none of the things you learned.
I
you
know
were
them.
conditioned
So,
for.
okay, the Bible. I'm sorry.
Go
Jesus.
ahead. No, go.
The Bible. I know the Bible front, back, forward, side, and side. Right?
Okay.
Okay? Because it was instilled in me. I was a Christian. I was at church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I remember.
Okay.
We was in the choir together.
All right. But as an adult, you learn more and you educate yourself more and you gain more wisdom and
You're
knowledge
saying you
about.
went a different direction. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. I'm saying, have you implemented anything? We already know that you have you have the wisdom to change. Change is inevitable.
And just because things are instilled in you as a child doesn't mean you have to be an adult and still think this way.
But it doesn't say
I'm sorry, angels.
it doesn't say you don't.
Neither.
However,
Angels are male or female, neither.
but listen to me.
So why do they have
angel
why do
is
they
a
have
spirit.
so why are they given
Male names?
yeah,
Gabriel. Who else? Give me another one.
Michael,
Michael.
Azrael?
Any question?
What is your definition of a hoe?
My definition of a hoe is
Other
a
than
person
it being a woman.
is a person with loose morals, normally of the sexual variety.
Is sex always involved for them to be a
I
hoe?
said normally of the sexual variety. Now I didn't say it had to be sex, but it is.
What else can you hoe in? What else can you?
No, you can be sexual without having sex, is what I'm saying.
Everything that come out of your mouth is sexual, but you're never engaging in the physical.
Oh, that's a hoe.
To me, that's not a hoe. Not to me.
But
Is
that's
that-
To me,
having
that tells me
hoe-ish
that's
tendencies,
because
hoe-ish
we know people that's
qualities.
ish about their actions. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, y'all can check me out on YouTube at the Jermaine Hall Show. Also, you can catch me on the Lions Pride Network. If you have Roku, Apple TV, or the Fire Stick, you can download the Lions Pride Network. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me. Y'all feeling good still this evening? Let's go drink and eat. We're gonna feast and catch us next week for some more fire. Be good to yourselves. Blessings.
My vision is a good chance your ass won't make it through my whole existence. You know the earth was made in a few days, yeah. By fire of the air and the